Let's talk about water purification and camping. I'm here in our RV and we love to go camping in it. When you are out on the road, you get water from questionable sources sometimes. I mean, it's always potable water where we get water from to put in our fresh tank. But we don't necessarily know how good that water supply is filtered. And then also once it comes into our freshwater tank in the trailer, a lot of times people don't like to drink from that water because the tank itself might have impurities or bacteria or whatever built up in it. In the past, we have used this right here, which is a really popular Berkey water filter. This is their travel Berkey, and people in the RV community like it because it's a good size. And as you can see here, there are some carbon filter elements in there, and these are great at filtering out the water and drips down into the second half here. And then you have a sight glass window to be able to tell how much water we have, and we can fill it from our tap. But there are times where this maybe isn't sufficient. And so when Purewell reached out to me and offered for me to review their portable reverse osmosis purifier, I thought, hey, this would be awesome. I'd love to try this out and see how well it works. And we'll be able to, for instance, extract water from streams in the area and be able to filter it with this. Now, obviously, with this, we can also pour water into it from a stream, and we have done that before. But this one also has a UV light in it for sterilization, and we'll get into the stats in just a second, but you can see here, for instance, filter accuracy goes to 0.0001 microns. So that's the reverse osmosis membrane doing that, and then it has a couple of other filters on here as well. And then this is battery powered because a reverse osmosis membrane requires pressure to push water through the membrane, and so that's coming from a pump that is battery powered. So it has a 5200 milliamp hour battery, and then it has other stats here as well. I also have some additional information here from their website. Here it has a spigot that comes around the side, so you can fill containers from it off the side. And you can see here it has some stats around how much it will remove of various viruses and chemicals and fluoride, microplastics, etc. So this is a great compact reverse osmosis unit that can be used in camping and the RV world. And you could definitely use this in a brick and mortar, normal house as well. All right, so opening the box here, let's see first what all comes with it. And then inside here you can see it the filter comes in this nice carrying case for the different components. So this is the main unit here. So this is the grab handle on top. On top it has a compass, and then this you can twist and open this up, and this is where the filter element is. And so we'll get to that in just a minute, but I thought I'd point out the fun little compass on top here, and then grab handle, and that's spring loaded to pull it back down. And then also what is in here is this right there, which is a 45 watt power delivery adapter. So this is for a USB-C connection, and this is the power supply for the unit to charge it up or to power it. So then here we have the PP pre-filter. So this is what you'd put on the end of the hose, and this floats in the body of water to suck in the water into the filter, but this is your pre-filter to make sure it doesn't get larger contaminants like leaves and sticks and larger particulates of dirt into the water. And it looks like it has a cartridge on the inside, and it comes with 4 cartridges. And then it has 2 of these foam devices. This is a donut that has a hole in the middle. You put your hose through it, and it helps this to, it makes the hose float on the surface of the body of water so it doesn't go to the bottom and suck in all the mud from the bottom. And then the last thing in here is the spigot that was in here. So it's a nice twist opening here. So you can mount this onto the side of the main unit. So here with that hole on the top, we can unscrew the fitting here on this faucet, put it here on the side, and you can be dispensing water off of the side of the unit. And then also with the faucet, it comes with this 90-degree elbow with a friction lock. I've opened up the box for the power supply, and so this is what the actual adapter looks like. Just a standard, non-grounded 120 volt plug there, and then on top a single USB-C plug. And then it comes with this cord, which looks like it's about 3 feet long. And that of course just plugs in here to the top of this adapter. And then on the face of this unit, it has a little rubber plug here, and then it says Type C right here. And then we can just plug in here, and now I can plug this into an AC outlet and start powering it. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to come around over here, and then we have a plug right here. So I'm going to plug this in, and then we'll start to charge up the battery on the device. You can see a red light just started to shine right here. Oh, yep. So it just turned on the unit, and it's showing that the battery is charging there.
Something else is that the USB-C port on the front of this water filter can function as a USB charger to external devices. So you can see right now it says fast charging here on the front of my camera. and right here it's charging at 33 watts. So you can put power into or out of the device through this Type-C port.
And then lastly, in this case, there's this back pouch, has a zipper along the side, and this is where they've put all the hoses. So there are 3 colors of hoses here. You can see raw water pipe. So that means that's the water that's coming from your water source, a stream, a lake, city water, whatever. And then here is dirty water is the red, and then the blue is pure water. So the way the reverse osmosis filters work is that you can think of it as kind of splitting the water, and the pure water goes out one way and the dirty water comes out another. Technically what's actually happening is it's pushing the water through the reverse osmosis membrane, and the pure water is coming out. And so that would be coming out through this blue pipe. And then periodically it takes water and pushes it back through the membrane to clean off the membrane, and that's where the dirty water comes out. So the dirty water is not constant, I believe, but I could be wrong about how this actual device works. So I'm still putting it together and we'll test it out. And then if we come over here to where the device is charging, we've got this compass on top. We can pop this out, and then there's this lever we lift up and then we firmly pull up, and this is the actual reverse osmosis membrane. And down here on the bottom you can see those 3 same water channels. So that's pretty cool. You can see down here it lines up. It can't really go in wrong if you put it in, crooked. You got to rotate it until it lines up, and then it pops down in there. Good to go. And then we'll put the lid back on just like that. And then here on the side we have this rubber cover. It says right here, raw, pure, and dirty. And this is where those hoses pop on to these fittings right there. So I'm gonna get all these components put together and make sure I read the manual so I know what I'm doing, and then we'll go test it for the first time in a stream here at the campsite that we're camped at. I have brought the reverse osmosis machine here to our stream, and the kids are having fun playing in the water, running boats down the stream, etc. You can see the raw water intake I have put right here wedged against some rocks in this pool of water, and that's the hose is coming around over here, and that's going in here to the raw water side. The dirty water is this red line, and right now that's just right here. It doesn't really need to be anywhere in particular. We're not going to utilize that water. And then the pure water is this blue one, and that one is coming around over here to the faucet that you can see I have affixed to this mount that is meant for it right there, and then this is the valve to turn it on or off. So you press and hold the power button, and then the unit will turn on after a few seconds. Kind of beeps here, shows the battery capacity. Then I'm going to push this power button again, and then the whole unit turns on. And now here on the screen, there's a bunch of different things, but first thing it's blinking is flush. It has full water, sterilized, reconditioned. So it's basically showing the different stages of filtration and what it's working on. And then down here it says pure water TDS. So it's showing the total dissolved solids, or TDS, of the pure water coming out. And so it's showing how good it's filtering right now. So right now you can't hear it probably, but I can feel it and I can hear it slightly. It's vibrating. So there's a pump inside that is running right now. So it's saying produce water, and you can see here there's a light blinking. It says UV sterilized. So it has an ultraviolet light in here with probably Type-C UV rays that are basically going to kill all the germs that are flowing through the water. So it's taking out all the total dissolved solids as well as bacteria and germs. So this is about as pure water as you can get while you're camping. Over here it says raw water TDS. So that's saying the total dissolved solids of the raw water that is coming in from the stream, from this white line, is 82 parts per million. Oh, the water just started coming out. So this is now the pure water coming out. I'm going to close the faucet there so we don't waste water. So right now it's saying full water and it's blinking. So I think that means that currently it's up to pressure. And if I turn on the faucet right here, then that's the pure water coming out, and then it starts to sterilize and pump again. So it's kind of doing it live right now. So let's try it out. You want to try the water, Lydia?
Sure.
All right. So Lydia volunteered to be the first one to taste the water. Go ahead, Lyd. She's just drinking it straight up like a drinking fountain. Yes, you wanted to. And this faucet, it does rotate, so we can rotate it around. You can rotate it back and forth or all the way around 360 as it's convenient. Okay, what do you think, Lyd? How does it taste?
Good.
You like it? Oh, the red line just shot water out briefly. You want to try it, Lucy? So how does it taste?
It tastes good.
Good?
I'm gonna try.
All right, go ahead, Clara. What do you think, Clara? How does it taste?
Good.
Yeah? All right, James, he's gonna try it.
Is it yummy?
How about you, Lydia? How do you like it? Now, obviously, this is what it's good for, is filling containers, normally you wouldn't be drinking directly from this faucet. So now we can turn it on, and then the purified water will fill the container over whatever time it takes to do so. This is the flow rate of it at full speed right now. So it's not like fast per se, but it's fast enough if you're not in a huge hurry, right? And then periodically, water comes out of this. Right now it looks like it's just a steady stream of water coming out of the red line. So this is basically contaminated water that has filtered and split, and then the contaminants come out of the filter in this red line. So that's it. It works really well. I'm pretty happy with this, and it's portable enough that you can load it up in the back of your truck or in your RV, and you can use this in the RV to filter RV water that you've gotten from various sources. You could filter from a stream or a lake or whatever body of water that you want to get water from. And now I'm going to try it for the first time from the thermal flask. Yeah, that tastes great. And it's really nice, cool mountain water that we're filtering right out of the stream. Very clean water, and I love to be able to drink water from natural sources, and we know that this is safe. And also one note is this line that they have supplied, this is just standard quarter-inch plumbing line. You could go get aftermarket lines that are much, much longer than this, and you could potentially have it in the stream. And then, for instance, we have some picnic tables right here at this campground, so we could put the unit up here on the table, and then with this faucet on the side of it, people can easily fill their containers and have filtered water throughout the camping trip while you're here, just getting it from the water source that you're at. One other thing I forgot to mention is there's a light here on the side of it if you wanted to use for a light for some reason, but to me that's not a huge selling feature. There is some additional information here on the side of the main unit, and I just will scan down this so that you can see these details about it. So our friend Steve here, he's going to sample this reverse osmosis filtered water as well.
Wow.
It's really good, huh?
It is. It's like we have a big expensive system at home.
Right.
This tastes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
You want to
too.
try it, Jess?
Wow.
What do you think, Jess?
Pretty good.
Yeah. It's nice and cool from the stream, of course, too.
Yeah, it's a reverse osmosis filter.
One thing I should mention is that traditionally reverse osmosis filters come with a holding tank. Because they don't filter really fast, you basically have the holding tank fill up when you're not waiting for the water, and then the water you're drinking is coming straight from that holding tank. This does not appear to have a holding tank at all, but the flow rate is not bad, and you can potentially just put a water bottle right next to it and let it take its time to fill up, and then that's your holding tank. But for the sake of compactness and probably lightweightness as well, and probably carrying weight as well, they chose not to have a holding tank in here. So what I'm going to do now is just pack this up really quick. You can see this right here is the 90-degree fit elbow, and there's this little ring on the surface, on the face, right there. And you can just press on that ring, and then the hose pops out. So you can see right here, I can just press on the ring on both sides and then pull the hose out just like that. And then right here on the side for this faucet, there's a nut. We just gotta unscrew this nut right here. Make sure you don't lose that. Pull it off, there we go. So that's the faucet. And then here on the back side, you can see that there are the three hoses here. Pull these out same way, just pushing pressure on them and pulling those out. And then there are rubber stoppers right here that came in those holes. So I didn't keep track of which rubber stopper was where. Technically, if you want to be really careful about not contaminating the ports, you would want to make sure you put the right rubber stopper back in the right spot. But I'm just going to push these in because this water is not really that murky. There we go. Put this cover back on it, just like that. So now our unit is completely separate of all of the hoses, and then our faucet and elbow are separate. And now we've just got our hoses. So all we need to do now is just coil up our hoses and put it all back in this bag. I should also mention that they come with the Velcro on each of these tubes. So we've got the unit right here in the bag, and you can see all the accessories that I've put here along the side. We just zip this up, and you have a really compact, completely pure water filter. I have looked through the user manual, and it is well put together. You can see it has the table of contents here, and it's there's no like English problems where it's false translations. It has all the parts listed here, installation notes, the components, and then it has details here about the usage of it and how to properly read the display and everything that's going on it. And then lastly, it has the function introduction and then the cautions. You can see the lifespan, the pre-filter is set to 500 gallons, but it comes with 4 of those. So you've got 2,000 gallons of pre-filtering going on, and then the reverse osmosis membrane is good for 3,000 gallons according to this. Of course, your source water will affect that dramatically, and then it's saying the UV light is lifetime. So overall, I'm very happy with the product and the documentation and all the parts that it came with, and I highly recommend it. Overall, I'm really happy with this device. I'm going to be continuing to use it on camping trips going forward where we see fit, and I'll put a pinned comment in the comments below if I have any further updates going down the road. I'm, for instance, curious to see how well it will last, but the variability is immense on water filters in general. It depends on your source water and how clean it is, because obviously filters can get plugged up really quickly if you're filtering murky water. So for the sake of filter longevity, it's a good idea to try to find as clean and clear water as possible that you then filter. So we'll see how long this lasts, and I'll put on screen too, like what it costs for a replacement filter and that sort of thing. But I do highly recommend some level of water filtration while you're camping and abroad, and frankly even at home as well, because if you don't have a filter, then you are the filter. So if you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. We're just driving along, and this mountain goat in front of us is not in a hurry.
Okay, now he's going faster.